right, hi guys. I'm Jill, and this is Sarah, and we're from the Domestic Violence Shelter in Mansfield. How are you guys? Pretty good? Awake, not awake?
Well, I will warn you, our presentation does involve some participation, so hopefully we can kind of wake up.
Yeah. We want to have fun, so you guys were participating in the last one, which is great, so hopefully you'll do the same thing for us. All right, how many of you guys knew there was a domestic violence shelter in Richland County? Good.
Oh, good.
Good, because I went to NC State and spoke to a class yesterday and no one even knew. So I'm glad you guys do. And that's what part of our jobs are, is we go out and we speak to schools, civic organizations, basically anybody who will listen to us. So when we got asked to speak to you guys, we were really excited. Because we just touch the tip of the iceberg. We only serve the people who call us for help. In your profession, in your personal life, even in school, you're going to deal with more victims than we probably do. So we just want to give you a little bit of information. The packets that we gave you, if you took one, look through those. Those have a lot of really good information, more information than we have time to talk about today. But it's just things for you to think about. You don't necessarily have to agree with what even Sarah and I are talking about today. You may think, they don't know what they're talking about, and that's fine. But just, we want you to think. Keep an open mind. And what we're going to talk about is dating relationships. And like Sarah's going to say, it can relate to friends too, because sometimes we have friends that aren't that healthy. And they may want to control us and have the power over all of us. And I can say this and then basically say nothing more, and you guys are probably thinking, good, do that, all right? Dating violence, domestic violence, is all about power and control. No more, no less. It is one person who wants all the power and control over the other. They want power and control over how that relationship goes. And when I tell you they want the power and control and they will do whatever they have to do, they will do whatever they have to do. If that's to hurt you physically, intimidate you, tear your self-esteem down on a daily basis, threaten you, sexually assault you, or unfortunately, we have this across the United States, peers your age taking other peers' lives because they want that power and control. If you leave me, I will kill you. If you ever hear that threat, you better take it serious because they mean it. All right? So it can be a heavy topic, but we want to have fun. We want you guys just to think about some scenarios we're going to go over. And that's what your flags are for, and we'll tell you about those in here in a little bit. But 1 out of 3 teens will be in an abusive relationship before they graduate high school. 1 out of 3. So here's 1, there's 2, 3, 4. I mean, I can keep counting. There will be some of you in that relationship. You may currently be in it and not know it because there's no physical. You may be in it and not know how to get out of it. You need to talk to somebody. A teacher, a friend, a parent, whoever's raising you, a coach, a preacher. That's the only thing an abuser does not want you to do. I should say one of the only things. They do not want you to talk. They don't want anybody to know what they are. All right? 1 out of every 3 teens. That's too many. What do you guys think the average age is that someone gets into an abusive relationship? 17. Any other guesses? 13? 25. And Sarah is our campus advocate, and a lot of times the first relationship someone gets into is in college. Maybe they don't have a dating relationship in high school, but they go to college to meet other people, and there's their first relationship, and that's what she does, and I'll have her talk a little bit about that. 15 is the average age that someone gets into an abusive relationship. All right? Average age a girl expects to have a boyfriend is what? What do you think? How old do you think a girl expects to have a boyfriend?
You can just shout it out.
Yeah.
5, 11.
9 is the average age that a girl expects to have a boyfriend.
I see some surprised faces out there. Did you think it would be older? Yeah.
You know, so what that tells us is you guys are getting in serious relationships at younger and younger ages. And that's why we want to have you guys think about some of the information we're going to talk about. How many of you are in a relationship right now?
With my dad.
Huh?
With my dad, we sleep together.
All right. Your bed? All right. All right. Sarah, you want to tell them a little bit about what you do, and then we will...
Absolutely. All right. As Jill said, I'm Sarah. I'm the campus sexual assault advocate at Ohio State, Mansfield, and North Central State. I'm employed by the domestic violence shelter, but I provide our services out on campus. So I help people who have been impacted by sexual assault, domestic violence, dating violence, and stalking. I could talk about my job for like 2 hours, so I have to kind of cut myself off there. But just to kind of add to what Jill was saying about people entering their first relationships, I definitely help people on campus that this might be their first relationship, and sometimes it goes beyond talking about an abusive relationship. Sometimes it's talking about these red, yellow, green flags that we'll kind of go over, and just finding things that aren't so healthy in a relationship. And the same thing can be said for relationships with our friends. So today, I hope, of course, that you think about the elements of abuse and power control, but also think about those smaller things that might not seem abusive at the moment, those unhealthy qualities, and kind of evaluate how those could grow into abusive traits that we don't want in our relationships.
Okay. We're going to read some scenarios. You guys, we handed out red, green, and yellow flags, and we sort of paired you up. We're going to read the scenario, and then if you think it's a good, healthy relationship or what is happening in it, you hold the green up. If you don't, if you think it's unhealthy, you hold the red up. And then if you're not really quite sure, you can see where it might be healthy, unhealthy, hold that yellow up. And then maybe we can just talk about it a little bit, okay? All right, let me see if we can get my old eyes working here. All right, the first one is, DeMonte saw Maddie talking to Drake in the hallway at school. He grabbed her by the arm, pulled her away from Drake, and screamed at her. "What are you doing talking to another guy? No girlfriend of mine is going to make me look like a chump. I better never catch you talking to that guy again, or any other guy as far as that goes. And if I do..." So is that a red flag? All right, why is it a red flag? Okay, so he's yelling at her. All right, so we got yelling. Why else?
He laid his hands on her.
He laid his hands on her. He grabbed her. Yeah. Threatening her. Yeah, if you do. All right, anybody else? Yeah.
Being very controlling.
He's what?
Being very controlling.
Being very controlling. Telling her who she can talk to, who she can't talk to. Anybody think it's yellow? Sort of like both good and bad? Anybody think it's green? And if you think it's green, that's fine. Don't think, oh gosh, everybody thinks it's red, so. Yeah, it is red. He grabbed her arm, he screamed at her, he threatened her. So you guys got it all. So yeah, you should be able to talk to whoever you want to talk to. No one should be able to tell you not to talk to that person.
All right, we'll go on to the next one. Your new girlfriend, Jen, wants to hang out with you every single day. You're okay with this because it's a new relationship and you enjoy spending time with her. But then one day you tell her that you're not feeling well and just want to go home and go to bed. She tells you that you're fine and insists that you guys need to hang out. You tell her again that you're sick and just can't hang out today. You're so tired and just want to sleep. She gets really mad and starts screaming that you just don't want to be with her, and then she threatens to break up with you. So what do we think?
Okay.
All right, see, mostly reds, a couple yellow flags, couple greens. So what are we thinking?
All right, so the yellow flags. Why do you think it's a yellow?
Because, I mean, I understand the part where she wants to hang out every day, but how she responds to the situation was not completely appropriate.
Okay. There's a yellow here too. Why do you think yellow?
I don't know. I just feel like she wants to give her that much attention.
Okay, so it's like the attention part isn't what bothers you, but maybe the way she handled it, like he explained it. Okay, that makes sense.
All right, reds. Hold your reds up. Why was it red? No reds now? Yeah, why?
Way too much, like, the other part out pretty quickly.
Okay, all right,
She handled it differently.
okay.
She handled it terribly.
How
Okay.
could she have handled it?
Just accepted that. Yeah, probably.
And it didn't feel good. Yeah,
Major signs of mental illness, inability to be without them, controlling them, showing increased agitation and anger immediately upon this denial.
okay. Yeah, I mean, telling him how he feels. No, you're okay. How many of you guys have been sick? How many of you feel like entertaining and being around people and talking to them and just having them hang out? When I'm sick, I want to be by myself. I want to be in bed. Yeah, so she's trying to tell him how he feels. He doesn't feel that way. All right.
All right, we'll go on to the next one. You go out on a first date with your partner and they decide that they want to talk about sex with you. What are we thinking?
All right.
All right, guys.
All right, we're gonna
Bring it
go
down.
We're gonna go with green. Why is that green?
It's great to start with that. You get it out of the way, you know where the relationship's going. Perfect.
Okay, so you know what their boundaries are. You know what they think. Yeah. So you're not guessing, huh?
You know what to expect.
Okay. All right.
Now right up with that.
Okay.
What about
Green.
somebody that said, oh, good.
I think there was a green down here. Or who had a green? Another green.
All right, what about yellow?
Okay, yellow. Why is it yellow? Oh my God. All right, how about this yellow?
Well, I feel like that should probably wait a little bit, maybe a second date sort of thing, not a first date.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yellow back here. Hey, clear back.
Okay, so like we feel like yeah, it depends like how you're talking about it. Like, are you gonna have it on the first date, or like you're just talking about like experiences or
Okay, so depending on what they're talking about. Okay. All right. Red.
Mom says no, abstinence is best, wait for marriage.
All right.
Discuss it.
Yeah, say, Mom, we're just talking about it. All right, when I first read this, I thought red. You go out on your first date. I'm thinking, that's a little creepy. I don't know you well. But then I've done this with other groups, other classes, and they're like, well, wonder if they've known each other and they're friends, they decide to go out. Wonder if, they've known each other for a while. Maybe it's not just the first date, the blind date, blah, blah, blah. At first, I still thought, God, that's still red. The answer is yellow.
It really depends on how it's being discussed. So, like some people have mentioned, if it's a conversation to talk about your boundaries, the things kind of like was first said, what to expect.
What to expect.
That can be healthy, but if it's being talked about in an inappropriate or even creepy way, that's probably a bad sign.
Right. Or if they try to force you to have sex
Absolutely.
that first time. And so I agree with you. I think maybe I would feel more comfortable like if it was the second date, or if I got to know you the first day, I think I still would be creeped out a little bit. But it's yellow because you do need to talk. So you do know what to expect. So you do know what the other person's boundaries and values are. Good.
All right. Next one. When you and your partner disagree on something, you are both able to discuss your differences and move on.
So we got green. All right. So why do you think it's green? Right here. Oh, look at me, I'm pointing.
I think it's green because you should never really go away disagreeing, because it's really bad for your mental health and your relationship.
Okay. Are you gonna agree on everything?
No, not that. I said agree.
No, I mean, no, what you said is fine, but yeah, you're not gonna agree on everything, are you? So is it okay to agree to disagree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're not gonna try to make me think the way you think, right? So you talk about it. Is it okay if I say to you, if we're in a discussion and we just can't agree on it, that is it okay if I say to you, you know what, I don't want to talk about it anymore? Maybe we can talk about it another time, but right now I'm talked out. Is that okay? Yeah. I'm telling you what I need and what I want. All right? Yeah, an abuser is going to want you to agree with them all the time. They're going to want you to think the same way they think because they're right. You're never right. It's always your fault. You made me do this. You made me mad. You think I want to treat you this way? You can't make anybody mad. You decide to get mad. We all get angry. And it's what you do with that anger that can get you into trouble. All right? So if you've ever said, you made me mad, you made me do it, and I will be honest with you, how many of you have ever said that? You make me mad. You made me do that.
I know if I've said it.
I've said it. Oh, come on. I thought we're all human. Yeah.
No judgment here.
No. You know, I said it. How many of you have said things that is, once it comes out of your mouth, you think, oh, crap, I wish I wouldn't have said that. Right. So, the thing between us and someone who's abusive, they're not sorry. And they continue to do it. We don't continue to say hurtful things that hurts their feelings. They do. And a lot of times, how many of you have said this? God, I'm joking. Come on, lighten up. It's a joke. I've said it. But there are sometimes you say something and you say it's a joke and that person doesn't think it's funny. It hurts their feelings. It makes them feel insecure. I've done that and I've apologized and sincerely said, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I was joking. But an abuser will say, I'm joking. And if it's not funny to you and you let them know it and they continue to do it, you need to think about that. Because they don't respect you. You're telling them what you like and don't like, and they continue to do it if you don't like it. Okay?
All right, I think we have time for probably about one more.
Okay.
So we'll make it a good one. So your boyfriend Nick has asked for your password to your phone and your Snapchat. You're hesitant to give it to him, and he becomes very angry and accuses you of hiding something and talking to other guys.
This red flag, please.
Red? Okay, we got reds, we got a yellow. Tell me why it's yellow.
Because like if she's not really like willing to at least let you like look at her phone, if she might be actually hiding something, or she just like has something on it that she doesn't see.
Okay. So if she doesn't let you look at her phone, she may be hiding something. There may be something that she doesn't want you to see. Reds. Hold your reds up again. Why is that red? Why is that red?
It's just immediate accusation instead of sitting down and talking about it first. It's just immediately let me see your phone.
Okay.
Not discussing it.
Okay. So demanding it. I want to see your phone. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's just kind of like you should have some privacy in a relationship.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
Right. What is the... I agree. What's the answer, Sarah?
So the answer is a red flag, and it's pretty much for exactly why you said, because you're entitled to privacy in your relationship. And it's okay to have these conversations to figure out what is that boundary. You know, am I ever going to let you look at my phone? That's something you can figure out together.
Right.
But no one should ever feel like they have to give all of their passwords or access to all of your life to your partner.
And you're right. Demanding? Yeah.
I do want to add something to this, and I want to ask these guys at their age a question. How many of you guys right now feel as though guys and girls can be friends and only friends? And how many of you guys have a best friend that is of the opposite sex?
That's very interesting because I always ask that question.
And I'm going to tell you why I ask it. I'm going to get very personal with you. Because this last question was something that my fiance and I talked about. And I have a hard time with her not understanding how guys and girls can be friends.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my best friends that I work with here at school are females.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people have a hard time with that. They don't think that a guy and a girl can be friends, and that is just it.
Mm-hmm.
Two of my best friends I graduated with were girls.
Right.
A lot of guys, I'm a football player and everything, but there are, and I have a huge issue with that, and it causes a lot of problems in relationships.
And that's what, I mean, I'm glad you asked that because I usually, when I go into the schools, I ask that. Can you be friends with the opposite sex? Just friends. And I get a lot of yeah, but then there's a lot of stipulations. Yeah, but they can't text each other. Yeah, but they can't go out to have a dinner. Yeah, they can't go to a movie. Bottom line is you can just be friends. And if you trust each other, and this is what I always get, well, I trust you, but I don't trust the other person. Well, if you trust me, you don't got to care about what that other person's doing. You trust me, I love you, I want to be with you, and exactly.
And I'll tell you how open this world can actually be to people if they just would broaden their spectrum. A girl I used to date 20 years ago, me being a firefighter, her husband's a firefighter, him and I are good friends now.
Oh yeah.
Through her.
Yeah.
That's what makes me mad about relationships, because if somebody is that extremely jealous, there's an insecurity they're hiding inside themselves
Right.
that they need to get past, because I use that story a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm good friends with her husband. I mean,
Right.
there's no issues at all.
Yeah, I mean, if you know, if I'm never giving you a reason not to trust me, I'm not going to. And the three most important things in a relationship is trust, respect, and communication. So if I respect you, I'm not going to do anything to disrespect you, and so you can trust me. I'm not going to do anything to break that trust, and we got to talk about it. Talk, you know. I want to be with you, but these are my friends, and strictly just friends. And maybe the other person has feelings towards me, and we'll talk about that, but I'm going to tell them, I'm just friends, and if we can't be just friends, that's fine. But yeah, that's a good question. All right, guys.
Well, we thought we would take, I don't know, I think we're running out of time, but we would take a few moments if you guys have any questions. And of course, we can stick around for a little bit after if you want to ask any questions, maybe not in front of the full group.
Right. Anybody have any questions about what we're talking about, our relationships, what was brought up? You guys had said, yeah, you can be friends, but is it okay if they text that other person? Yeah? Is it okay if they go to their house and just hang out? Yeah? Is it okay if they go out to a movie or do something, like go out to eat? Yeah? Good, because a lot of other classes are like, no, they can't go to each other's houses. No, they can't go that because then people are going to think they're dating them instead of me. You guys need to have fun.
Well, my family thinks bad about that because of what he was saying. My family, like, if I have a guy that's friends and I text them or whatever, they'd be like, no, you're not friends with them because they're the opposite sex and everything, and they get me.
Right. So they don't understand you can just be friends with somebody. Yeah. So do you guys have any questions about what we were talking about, or like Sarah said, anything that we didn't cover, or we will be around if you do want to talk to us and not in front of everybody? All right, well, thanks guys.
And thanks for participating, that was great.
Yeah.